Now what do we do with it? Well, I want to add it to our menu, right? We have this neat little menu we created. I want to add a new button to this menu. How do I do it? Same concept, right? We're going to do in this case is go to the Home tab. We're going to drop down that same little button over here on the far left. Go to Design View because we want to make a design change to our form. And we're going to tell it to allow us to add a button. So we click on the button tool up here, come down here and tell it where we want to put it. We're given some options. We want to use the report option. I would like to preview the report. Note you got other options. You can immediately print it, open it, and so on. Gives us a list of reports that are available to us. There's our intro test. And then it asks us how we want to do this. The default is it's going to put a picture on there that's useless to me. I want to actually name this. We'll call it intro test. We'll click next. I just let it name the command, give it the button, an underlying code name. Okay, this is how it's referenced inside of the code. I never change those. Now we align our button where we want it, resize it, just drag that little puppy out here, a little bit big. It's the right idea anyways. It's close. Now we save it, and we click back up here to review our menu, and now I have a button called Intro Test. When I click it, it runs our report. So this is how we can start to build a comprehensive reporting database. Now I'm going to close this whole thing down to show you again. We launch it from an icon. There's our new report. It gives you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at some of this stuff. As far as creating like a menu goes, again, we got to open up our database first. But creating that menu is as easy as coming in and saying, look, I want to design a form. Size the form if you'd like. Make it whatever size you want. Give it a title. Change its colors. Whatever you'd like to do. Big thing is you're working with this stuff up here. For whatever reason, I don't know, I think it makes it look cleaner. I like to use groups. So I'll throw in a group. There's my box. And you can go ahead and actually, that's not the right type of group. But the idea here is you can actually generate a nice clean, that's what I'm looking for, the little box there. We can generate a nice clean interface. We can actually have multiple boxes in here. Now, I actually like the default's etched. I always use the sunken one. I just happen to like that. What's the difference? That's what the sunken one looks like. Once I've done that, then I'll go back to my design view, and now I can start adding things like buttons. Again, what do I want to do? I want to open a form this time. We're going to open it. I want to go after, we'll say, our item usage one, and I just want it to show all records because I've got my own navigation built in. I click Finish. Oh, and there's the mistake I just made. Note that I have the image. I don't want the image. A little goof up. So what do? We delete it. We make another one. Open form. Click Next. Item usage. And this time we're going to go all the way here, and we're going to put in item usage as the title of our button. Now I'll click Finish. So now I got a button. Want to add your company name, whatever, throw it up here, type it in. Put in a logo, just drop it in as an image, whatever you want to do. The idea, again, is you now have the ability to start doing a little bit more of a comprehensive reporting tool. It's more than just a single spreadsheet drawing data into it. It can be an entire tool for doing viewing of information and printing of reports or what have you. Even pushing, as we talked a little bit about earlier, pushing data out and into the, I'm not going to save that one, into the realm of Excel, if that's where we're comfortable working. I did once do a combination of, accidentally a few times, but a combination piece, and this predates our ability to do positive pay within the application. Had a customer who had run into some issues. They weren't sure what it was when it initially happened, but they had a $25,000 fraudulent check drawn off of their bank account. And essentially their bank told them, sorry, after the laws changed in 2003, so it's your problem, not ours. If you used our positive pay, though, So they got me involved. We talked with the bank. I asked them, I said, all right, what do you need? The bank says, well, we don't know. So here they are telling their customer, boy, if you had this, bank didn't know. So after, jumping through flaming hoops, we finally figured out what they wanted. And we used a combination of the two because I couldn't get the queries to pull off exactly what I wanted with some reformatting inside of Excel. If somebody were better with Excel, they probably could have done it. So what I did was I did some of the heavy lifting in Access, but then I made the Excel spreadsheet reach into Access and draw all the data in. And what they do to this day, they open up their spreadsheet at the end of the day once they're done cutting checks for the day, click refresh, save as, name it whatever it is the bank wants to see, and then they upload it using the bank's website. Bank has all their check information for them. It's kind of a workaround positive pay solution for them to avoid any additional fraudulent checks. In the end, it turned out it was an ex-employee who had actually stolen a couple of checks. So anyhow, that gives you, again, some idea of the neat things that we can start to do with the data inside of our database. Sky's the limit. You're restricted by the capability of your tool and your knowledge therein. You don't have to be a programmer to do the stuff that I just did. Almost anybody, pretty much anybody, can learn how to do this stuff.